AITA for refusing to do a DNA test? My dad found out my mom was cheating and she won't say with who or when, but we know it's likely around the time she was on a stay-at-home mother. Thing is, she had all of us, 2 brothers, 1 sister, around the same time, so any one of us could not be my father's. He's divorcing my mother and wants us to take a DNA test to prove we're his children, otherwise he isn't paying for college for us. He promised to do so before this and all of us have been counting on it. My sister, oldest, did the test because she was confident she was related to our dad. She was likely pre-cheating and she looks the most like him, so I was pretty she was. She's also in college and is relying on our dad, and he's going to keep paying because of the results of the paternity test came back positive. I have a feeling I'm not my dad's biological kid since I don't look anything like him, and people even have commented I don't look like the rest of my family. I'm terrified because I think he's upset enough that he won't talk to me anymore and definitely won't be paying for my college. I don't want to take the paternity test because I don't want to know, but if I don't, I probably won't get college paid for. The money isn't in a college fund, but set aside as investments my dad has, and isn't going to my mom in the divorce proceedings probably. I don't know how things will go, and I'm starting college in September. I stupidly picked a pretty expensive school because I thought my dad would pay for it, and he said it was okay, but now even if my mom was willing to, I don't think she can afford it. I'm so mad at her and my dad for putting me in this position. I've told him I'm not doing the test and he said that's okay, but he will assume I'm not his and not have anything else to do with me once since I'm 18 already. I'm living with my mom but not talking to her because of this. Edit. After reading some of the comments, I've decided to do the test. I didn't want to out of fear, but now it's clear it doesn't really matter, and it's better I know for sure. NTA. Your parents suck. I'd have the DNA test done personally just to find out. And if you aren't your dad's, try to figure out who your bio dad is. It will help later down the line if your doctors ever have any hereditary health questions. You don't have to now for sure. But I eventually would once I came to terms with it. I am so sorry you are going through this. That is so shitty to deal with as a 17 or 18-year-old kid. Go to the college you think will be best for your future. I funded my own college. My parents didn't pay a dime. You can do it. It's harder. But you are capable. So you're 18 and just found out your dad may not be your dad. And he's punishing you for something beyond your control. NTA. Your mother is clearly an asshole. Your dad is being an asshole to treat you as a stranger if you're not getting a DNA test. Oh hun. Course you're NTA. But what are you gaining by not taking it? Is there anyone you can talk to? Your dad is being awful. I can't imagine being willing to walk away from my child. And you are his child, whatever a blood test says. NTA. This is what I would say to my dad in this situation. Dad. You are my dad. You've been with me through my entire life. And everything that has happened to me. The fact that your pain and anger at my mother makes you willing to give me up. Willing to give up our relationship, and the fact that you've been my dad for my entire life. And willing to abandon me is destroying me. Everything that you're feeling with mom is so valid and worthy. But why would you do this to me? Think for a minute whether it's worth destroying me because you're mad at mom. This isn't even about college. This is about the father you've known your entire life abandoning you 'cause he's hurt and pissed. NTA. But both your parents are. Having said that, I don't think you are doing yourself any favors by not taking the test. It will either prove you aren't our father's kid, but that's what he is assuming now anyway. Or it will prove you are his kid and you will get your schooling paid for. I also think in the long run you will feel better knowing the truth one way or the other. NTA. What a tough situation for you. Your parents both suck for taking out their issues on you and your siblings. Not the only one who has dealt with this op. NTA. At all. https www.reddit.com/r/AmITheAsshole/comments/r5glbu/AITA for not letting my dad top paternity test UTM source equals share and UTM medium equals IOSAP and UTM name equals IOSSMF. NTA. I understand you don't want to take it because you are afraid you aren't his, but since he said that he won't have anything to do with you anyway, I personally would. At this point you have nothing to lose. Because just maybe you are his and can go where you want. NTA. Your dad and mom are though. At this point you really don't have anything to lose though. I'd take the test just to have the benefits, but your relationship with him and any bond you previously had are sadly gone whether you are biologically his or not. I'm not sure in the divorce he can claim 100% of the investment if was acquired during the marriage. It is community property and on the table to be eligible for division. NTA. The adults are. I mean, if he's going to cut contact with you at 18 on the assumption you're not, maybe it would be better to do the test and see? I think your dad sucks here. But then his perspective might change once he's had time to digest the situation. I can't really imagine what it must be like to be in his shoes right now. Anyway, this is a horrible situation. To answer your question, I'll say NTA. However you handle things, none of this is your fault. I would try to sit down with your dad and have a calm conversation about the whole thing before doing a test. Remind him they're the only father you've ever known, loved, and that you didn't choose to be brought into the world or who you were born to. That you understand he is hurting right now. And maybe understand his aversion to pay for someone else's kid's tuition. But I'd avoid the tuition issue for now. But you're still his child in everything but blood if it turns out you're not biologically his. Also, remind him he's punishing the wrong person you didn't know about, hide, or aid in the cheating. You're an innocent bystander and regardless of DNA shouldn't have your father taken away from you because of your mother's behavior. What the hell? Your dad is a huge asshole. He's just gonna cut you off after being your dad for the past 18 years? I get the hurt of finding out your wife cheated. But that doesn't mean he should take it out on you. I'm sorry you're stuck in this situation. Probably the best thing to do would be to see if you can apply to a cheaper school or defer your application for a year. If he will not be funding, then you should prepare for that. Also start applying for scholarships. Edit. NTA. But you parents are both assholes. This is heartbreaking. And not something that will go away easily. Would your dad be open to talking to a therapist with you to process all of this? Your mom's actions are not the fault of either one of you. You are NTA. Of course. Stay strong. No matter what your biological origins are. You're still the same amazing person that you thought you were before all of this happened. I would personally keep declining to take that paternity test. If the man who raised you as a dad is saying he will have nothing to do you if you do not take the test, then what do you really have to lose? Take the test and be done with him. You can go to college without your parents' money if you want it badly enough. That's what I did and many others. Also think about getting a job somewhere that offers tuition assistance. NTA, but you should take the test not for him or for college, but you deserve to know. NTA. This is definitely a tough situation in general. Your dad sort of put you as the scapegoat for his spite towards your mom cheating. And there's not really a way to fix that at this point. Sorry to say, he's not really your dad anymore. A lot of people in this thread have some yikes takes. NTA. Your mom's an asshole for obvious reasons. Your dad is also an asshole because I can't see how he can raise a child from birth and then be so cavalier about abandoning and disowning them for something that isn't even their fault. It's genuinely horrifying to me that he can apparently turn his love off that quickly. If it were me, I'm not sure the results of the DNA test would matter. I'd never be able to forgive my dad for having such an easy time turning his back on someone he raised and used to love.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. AmITheAsshole is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.